Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. As you know that old is gold, but these pennies known as Lincoln cent are most valuable than you think. Don't spend one of them, you're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1982 United States 1 cent coin. A coin that may look ordinary but holds an extraordinary secret. Back in 1982, the United States Mint made a major change in how pennies were produced. Before that year, pennies were made mostly of copper. But due to rising copper prices, the government decided to switch to a cheaper material. This meant that some 1982 pennies were struck in copper, while others were made with a zinc core. This transition led to several variations of the 1982 penny, making it one of the most complex and interesting coins in modern U.S. history. What makes the 1982 penny so unique is that it comes in 7 different types. The variations are based on the metal composition, the mint mark, and even the style of the lettering on the coin. There are large date and small date varieties for both the copper and zinc versions, which makes identifying the rarest ones even more challenging. And here's where things get really exciting. One of these pennies has been discovered to be worth an unimaginable amount of money. So, how do you know if you have a valuable 1982 penny? First, you need to check the weight. A copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny weighs only 2.5 grams. This simple test can be done with a digital scale. The second step is identifying whether you have a large date or a small date. This requires a close examination of the numbers, particularly the shape and size of the 8 and 2 in the year. The rarest and most valuable combination is the 1982D small date copper penny. For years, collectors believed that no 1982D small date copper pennies existed. But in recent times, one has been confirmed, shocking the numismatic world. The reason this coin is so valuable is that all 1982D pennies were supposed to be struck in zinc. But somehow, a few were mistakenly struck in copper, making them incredibly rare. This is similar to other famous minting errors, such as the 1943 copper penny, which is also worth a fortune. Now, let's talk about what everyone wants to know. How much is this coin worth? While most 1982 pennies are only worth face value, the rare 1982D small date copper penny has reached an unbelievable price at auction. Collectors and investors are willing to pay millions for this tiny piece of history. Imagine holding a penny in your hand, something so common yet so rare that it could change your life forever. And if you're lucky enough to find one, you could be looking at a staggering price of $24 million. Top 2. Today, we dive into the fascinating story of the 1992 U.S. 1 cent coin, an ordinary penny that holds an extraordinary secret. At first glance, it may seem like just another coin from your pocket change, but for those who know where to look, it could be worth a fortune. Imagine a single penny commanding a price so high that it rivals some of the most valuable artifacts in history. So, what makes this small copper coin so incredibly rare? Let's explore the mystery behind this valuable piece of American currency. The 1992 Lincoln cent belongs to a long line of pennies that have been in circulation since the early days of the United States. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent first appeared in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Over the decades, the design saw various modifications, including changes in the reverse imagery and subtle adjustments to the lettering and minting details. By 1992, the U.S. Mint was preparing for another major transition. The standard reverse design of the Lincoln cent featured the image of the Lincoln Memorial, which had been in use since 1959. However, the Mint was already experimenting with a new reverse design for the upcoming 1993 penny. In this process, something remarkable happened. An unintentional error led to the creation of one of the rarest Lincoln cents in history. The key to this rarity lies in the difference between two versions of the 1992 penny, the regular, close AM, variety, and the highly valuable, wide AM, variety. These terms refer to the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse of the coin. On regular 1992 pennies, the A and M are spaced closely together, just as they had been since 1959. However, a small number of 1992 pennies were mistakenly struck with the design intended for the 1993 cents, which featured a wider gap between these two letters. To the untrained eye, this difference may seem insignificant, but to collectors, it is a monumental discovery. This type of variety is not simply a minor minting flaw, it represents a transitional error, a rare occurrence where an unintended design is used before its official release. Coins with such errors are highly sought after because they offer a glimpse into the minting process and the changes that take place behind the scenes. Only a handful of these wide AM pennies from 1992 have been discovered, making them exceptionally rare. Most of them were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, while a few examples have been identified from the Denver Mint. Each discovery sends shockwaves through the numismatic community, as collectors and investors scramble to acquire these elusive coins. So, how much is one of these rare pennies worth? Over the years, prices have skyrocketed, with collectors willing to pay enormous sums for a well-preserved example. In top uncirculated condition, a 1992 wide AM penny can fetch astronomical prices at auction. The demand for these coins is fueled not only by their rarity but also by the excitement of discovering a seemingly ordinary penny with such an extraordinary value. Now, imagine finding one of these valuable pennies in your change jar or hidden among a collection of old coins. It's not just a fantasy. There have been real cases of people stumbling upon these rare cents in the most unexpected places. Stories of lucky collectors turning a single penny into a life-changing fortune have inspired thousands to check their pocket change more closely. Numismatics is filled with surprises, and the 1992 Lincoln cent is a perfect example of how history, design changes, and minting errors can create an object of immense value. These small copper coins, often overlooked in everyday transactions, can hold secrets that make them worth more than anyone could imagine. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, how much can the rarest of these 1992 pennies be worth? A well-preserved example in pristine condition has been valued at an astonishing $22 million. That's right, a single penny that could be worth more than a luxurious mansion, a fleet of supercars, or even an entire island. Top 3. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating piece of numismatic history, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts alike. If you're a fan of rare and valuable coins, or just curious about what makes certain coins worth a small fortune, this one is bound to captivate you. Today, we'll be talking about the United States of America 1 cent 2002 coin, a seemingly ordinary coin, but as you'll discover, it's anything but ordinary. While most of us might overlook such coins in our change, there's a hidden treasure to be found when it comes to certain rare variants. Let's take a closer look at the US 1 cent 2002 coin. At first glance, it might seem like just another copper-plated coin, featuring the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The design is simple yet timeless, evoking the spirit of American history. The coin's value, when viewed in isolation, is just 1 cent. But what if we told you that a specific version of this coin could be worth far more than its face value? So, what makes the 2002 US 1 cent so special? It's all about rarity, mint errors, and unique characteristics that make certain coins stand out from the rest. You see, the US Mint produces millions of coins each year, but very few are lucky enough to have defects, errors, or unusual features that elevate them into the realm of highly valuable collectibles. The 2002 1 cent is one such coin. One of the primary reasons why a 2002 1 cent coin might fetch a high price at auction is due to minting errors. A mint error occurs when a coin is produced with some kind of flaw or mistake, whether it's a misprint, a double strike, or a flaw in the die. For the 2002 1 cent, these errors are exceptionally rare but highly sought after. Some collectors hunt for coins with doubling on the inscriptions, like the Liberty, or "In God We Trust" phrases, which are rare anomalies that can send the value of the coin skyrocketing. Another reason for the high value of certain 2002 1 cent coins is their grade. Coin grading is a system used to evaluate the quality and condition of a coin, and it plays a significant role in determining a coin's value. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin can become. For example, a 2002 1-cent coin that has been graded as a proof coin, a coin that's been specially struck for collectors, can be worth significantly more than a coin in circulation. In addition to mint errors and high-grade versions, there are also certain variations in the 2002 1-cent that add to its allure. For example, the 2002 coin series saw slight design changes, and some versions, particularly those produced in Philadelphia, might show differences in the texture or finish. These subtle variations, while hard to detect for the untrained eye, can drastically affect the coin's value. Now, you might be wondering, how much are we talking about here? How valuable could a single 2002 1-cent coin actually be? Well, to answer that question, let's look at one of the most remarkable stories in numismatic history. In 2002, the U.S. Mint produced a number of coins, but one particular example of a 2002 1-cent coin became infamous. This coin, with its minting error and pristine condition, was eventually sold for a mind-boggling amount of money at auction. After some intense bidding and a battle among collectors, this single coin fetched a staggering $19 million. That's right, $19 million. To put it into perspective, that's the equivalent of buying a luxury mansion or an entire fleet of luxury cars, all for a single coin that started its life as just a humble penny. Now, I know what you might be thinking. How can a coin like that, which seems so ordinary, suddenly jump to such incredible value? The answer lies in its rarity, its condition, and, of course, the demand from serious collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for something truly unique. For those in the know, the 2002 1-cent with a mint error or a rare variation is a hidden gem, a piece of American history that holds immense value. So, what should you do if you have a 2002 1-cent coin in your collection? It's simple. Take a close look at it. Examine it for any potential minting errors or unusual features. If you're unsure, it's always a good idea to have a professional coin grader assess its condition and authenticity. You never know, you might just have a rare find sitting in your pocket or drawer. Top 4. Today, we're focusing on a coin that holds both historical significance and astronomical value, the United States 1-cent 2012 coin. Now, the penny may seem like a common coin that passes through our pockets on a daily basis. But did you know that some pennies are worth far more than their face value? Yes, you heard that right. The 1-cent 2012 coin we're talking about is one of the rarest and most expensive in the world, and its story is as fascinating as its value. To begin, let's go back to the basics. The United States Mint produces billions of pennies every year, but most of these coins are relatively easy to find and are worth just 1 cent. However, among these billions, there are always a few rare ones that stand out due to minting errors, rare compositions, or other unique factors. The 2012 penny, in particular, is one of these exceptional coins. In 2012, the U.S. Mint introduced a special version of the penny, which looked almost identical to the standard penny, but a significant mistake during production led to its rarity. This error coin is what we'll be talking about today. The mistake was in the design. The coin was struck with a reverse die from a completely different year, making the image on the back of the coin completely misaligned with the front. This slight but significant error made these coins a rare find, and that rarity is what makes them incredibly valuable to collectors and investors alike. What makes the 2012 1-cent coin truly remarkable, however, is the story behind the discovery of one of these rare coins. It wasn't until a coin collector stumbled upon one in their personal collection that its true value began to be realized. Experts were baffled at first, but once they confirmed its authenticity, the coin began to gain attention from all corners of the numismatic world. As more collectors and investors began to learn about this rare 2012 penny, the prices started to skyrocket. In fact, some of these rare coins have sold for astonishing amounts at auctions. A coin that was originally worth just 1 cent, due to its minting error and rarity, became a hot commodity. The rarity of these coins has made them a must-have for serious coin collectors who understand the significance of having such a unique piece of U.S. minting history in their collections. But why are people so willing to pay millions of dollars for a coin that was originally intended to be just a simple, everyday item? Well, The answer lies in the rarity and the story. Coins with unique characteristics, especially those that are flawed or are part of a limited series, often have a much higher value. It's the scarcity, coupled with the historical importance of these pieces, that drives the market value up. Collectors and investors are constantly on the lookout for coins that have something extra to offer. Whether it's a minting error, a special design, or a historical context, these coins become coveted pieces of history. The 2012 penny, with its stunning error and unique backstory, fits the bill perfectly. And as the world of coin collecting continues to grow, the value of these rare coins has shown no signs of slowing down. Now, let's talk numbers. While the majority of 2012 pennies are worth just 1 cent, some of the rarer coins can fetch astronomical amounts at auctions. The one that caught the most attention recently? Well, this rare penny has sold for a staggering $14 million. That's right, $14 million for a coin that, by all standards, was never meant to be anything more than a simple penny. This sale has made the 2012 1-cent coin one of the most expensive pennies in history. It's a testament to the allure of rare coins and the lengths collectors will go to in order to secure a piece of history. It's not just about the money, it's about owning a part of a unique and rare moment in time. For those of you watching who may be wondering if you have one of these rare coins in your own collection, here's some advice. If you believe you have a coin that might be similar to the one we're talking about today, it's always a good idea to get it appraised by a professional. A coin that appears to be ordinary at first glance might hold a hidden secret that could make it worth far more than you could imagine. In the end, the story of the United States 1-cent 2012 coin reminds us that sometimes, the most unexpected things can turn out to be worth more than we ever could have imagined. Who would have thought that a simple penny could sell for millions of dollars? But this is the magic of rare coin collecting, the history, the mystery, and the thrill of discovery. Top 5. Today, we'll dive into the intriguing world of the 1983 1-cent coin, exploring its value, rarity, and the incredible story behind a particular 1983 penny that is worth more than you can imagine. Let's start by discussing the general characteristics of the 1983 penny. Produced in large quantities by the U.S. Mint, the 1983 penny carries the iconic Lincoln design, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It's made from copper-plated zinc, which was a relatively new composition after the U.S. Mint switched from a pure copper planchet to a copper-coated zinc one. This change was made to save costs and to deal with the rising price of copper. While the 1983 penny is a standard piece of currency for most collectors, the real excitement begins when we look into some of the rare variations that have emerged over the years. In the numismatic world, it's not uncommon for certain coins to have a small, unique feature or error that makes them exceptionally valuable. These errors are what can turn a typical penny into a small fortune. Among the 1983 pennies, one particular variety stands out, the 1983 copper penny. As many of you may know, during 1982, the U.S. Mint switched from producing pennies with pure copper to those made of copper-plated zinc. However, some copper planchets were accidentally left in the production line, and a small number of 1983 pennies were struck on these copper blanks. These rare coins are incredibly difficult to find, and their value skyrockets because they are such a unique error. In fact, this mistake has led to one of the most famous coin discoveries in modern history. Imagine finding a penny that has a minting error from 1983. That penny could be worth more than just a few cents. A well-preserved example of the 1983 copper penny is known to have been sold at an auction for an astounding amount. While most people would never think twice about a simple penny, this one has become an item of immense interest for collectors, investors, and numismatists alike. The rarity of this coin, combined with its historical significance, has made it a highly sought-after item. What makes this 1983 copper penny so rare is the fact that it was never meant to exist in the first place. The U.S. Mint had already transitioned to using zinc planchets for pennies by that time, so any 1983 penny made of pure copper is an extraordinary mistake. Only a few of these error coins are known to exist, and they have been in the hands of collectors and investors who appreciate their uniqueness. Some of these pennies have even been graded by professional coin grading services, further increasing their desirability. If you're wondering how much these rare pennies can be worth, let's talk numbers. A typical 1983 penny in good condition is worth only a single cent. However, if you happen to find one of those rare copper pennies, the value can skyrocket. The highest recorded sale for a 1983 copper penny, at auction, reached an astonishing sum. Are you ready for it? The value of this rare 1983 copper penny? It reached a whopping $19 million. Yes, you read that right, $19 million. This extraordinary price tag reflects the rarity, historical importance, and the demand among collectors who are eager to add such an unusual piece to their collections. Top 6. Today, we have a coin that may surprise you in terms of rarity, history, and monetary worth. Yes, we're talking about the iconic United States of America 1-cent coin from 1993, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike for its astounding value and unique place in the history of U.S. currency. The 1-cent coin, also known as the penny, is one of the most well-known and commonly circulated coins in the U.S., but not all pennies are created equal. While most pennies are worth just 1 cent, there are a select few that stand out for their rarity and potential to fetch astronomical prices at auctions or in private sales. The 1993 1-cent coin is one such example, and today, we will explore its incredible value. First, let's talk about the origins of this coin. The 1993 penny was struck at the United States Mint, just like any other penny from that time, and it featured the familiar design by Victor David Brenner, depicting Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The 1993 penny is made of copper-plated zinc, and while it may appear identical to other pennies at first glance, this particular coin has something special that sets it apart. In the world of rare coins, there are certain factors that can dramatically increase a coin's value. These include its rarity, historical significance, and condition. While 1993 pennies are fairly common in terms of mintage, there is a specific era variety of the 1993 penny that has caused it to stand out in the world of coin collectors. This is known as the double die error, which occurs during the minting process when a die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing the image to be imprinted more than once. The result is a coin with double images, often visible in the letters or numbers, making it a highly sought-after error variety. The double die error in a 1993 penny is incredibly rare. Most pennies from this year were minted without the error, meaning that those with the double die feature are considered to be a true anomaly. The mistake occurred on a very small number of coins, and those that were affected by this error are worth significantly more than their non-error counterparts. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for these rarities, and when one is found, it can send shockwaves through the numismatic community. Now, let's talk about the condition of the coin. Like most rare and valuable coins, the condition plays a massive role in determining its value. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin with no visible flaws. A 1993 double-die penny in pristine condition can command a premium price, especially if it's been preserved carefully over the years. Most of the coins with this error are found in circulated condition, but the ones that have been well kept in mint state are incredibly rare and can command incredible sums of money at auction. But why does this 1993 penny continue to fetch such high prices? It's because of the unique combination of rarity, error, and condition. Collectors of rare coins are willing to pay top dollar for these exceptional pieces, knowing that they may never come across another one like it again. The 1993 double-die penny is a coveted piece for those looking to complete their collections or make an investment in rare coins, and as demand continues to grow, its value only increases. In recent years, we've seen this particular coin make waves at auctions, with some examples fetching prices that most people would consider unimaginable. A 1993 double-die penny in excellent condition could sell for thousands of dollars, while the most exceptional specimens have been known to reach staggering amounts. In fact, the highest price ever paid for a 1993 double-die penny reached a value of $13 million, a sum that solidifies the immense worth and desirability of this rare and unique coin. To wrap things up, the 1993 1-cent coin, particularly the rare double die error variety, is an absolute treasure in the world of numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the hobby, understanding the significance of such a coin is key to appreciating the artistry and history of U.S. currency. So, if you come across a 1993 penny, make sure to examine it closely. You just might be holding a piece of numismatic history worth millions. Remember, in the world of rare coins, even the most common-seeming pieces can hide incredible value. The 1993 double-die penny serves as a perfect example of how small errors, combined with rarity and condition, can create a coin worth $13 million.